I got some building materials.
I am going to tackle my second outdoor project this summer. This week I'm making a storage unit for all the timber and scrap pieces of wood I have lying around from all my renovations these past years.
I've put a lot of wood in my guest house. I have wood at the front of the house. I have wood everywhere and I need those spaces clear. I need to be able to have people stay there. So I am going to build a little storage unit. I'm going to build something right here. I did not put these up on my bike. We got some help. This Swedish girl called Sarah came by for a day and she offered to go to a hardware store, pick up a few things, and obviously I always need material, so I couldn't say no to that. If I didn't have these, I would probably use leftover bricks from the chimney, but I think these are going to be much better. We also got a bit of wood, so that's pretty amazing. Let's get these moving.
This is the back of the house, the north side, that doesn't receive much sun, rain or wind, and it's also very overgrown with nettles and very underused, so the perfect spot for storage, I think. After clearing, the first job was to put in these big bricks which I'm using as foundation blocks and to level them. This took a bit of time, but honestly I thought it had the potential of being much worse, especially since the ground is filled with rocks. This is one of those builds that is supposed to be pretty quick and easy, but then of course always takes up more time and introduces more issues than you anticipate. So I was a little surprised and relieved to find this first stage going very well, and even to get the bricks level quite easily. Now I will say that I want this unit to be solid and functional. I don't intend for this to last for the next 100 years. It won't have concrete footings below frost line, but hopefully it will just be a really practical and pretty sturdy solution to help with my lack of storage.
Okay, now that I finally have 6 of these blocks in place and picked up a cool rock, I'm going to start making the framework. But first, it's time for a morning boost. I used to drink tea around this time, but I have something better nowadays. I am genuinely excited to be working with the sponsor for today's video, which is AG1. I've been hoping to work with them at some point because it's a product that I really benefit from. Okay, so AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement. It includes 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. It's a daily drink that supports whole body health. It replenishes nutrients, optimizes your gut health, and supports your immune system. I like it for several reasons. First, I really just struggle to drink. I don't like water. I drink coffee in the mornings and then I drink tea throughout the day. I also find myself buying supplements and forgetting to take them. So supplemental drink is a really good solution for me. On top of that, I have quite an active lifestyle. I renovate all day, I cycle everywhere. So I find that drinking AG1 daily helps me feeling energized and focused, and it helps me keep my body nourished all day. It tastes sweet and fresh at the same time. So AG1 is perfect for me. It also comes in travel packs so I can bring it when I go hiking. I drink AG1 because it's backed by multiple research studies. They're constantly testing their product and they recently found that it can double the amount of healthy gut bacteria in the gut. I really care for my health, so this is a really great addition to my lifestyle and my diet. I hope you like it as much as I do. Go to the link in my description box or scan the QR code and you will get a 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 plus 5 AG1 travel packs with your first subscription. Thanks to AG1 for sponsoring today's video.
The main framework is made of 45 by 95 pieces of timber. That would be 2x4s in Imperial. I don't usually buy woods this thick because it gets expensive and heavy, but when we got to the store, the timber I wanted wasn't accessible and I opted for the thicker option. And the nice thing is that it feels so much more solid and real, like I'm building an actual thing, something that's going to exist in this world, even if it's just a little shelter for wood storage.
Wow! It's actually level. That's a little bit crazy because I actually only leveled this by relating this block back to this height, which isn't the most accurate thing, but clearly the house is level. I figured I should clean this window before I start building in front of it. Ideally I would paint it, but it takes too much time for the linseed oil paint to dry. I need to start figuring out how I'm going to assemble pieces, because I made it in a way that I have quite long lengths. Let's start with the back side.
As any shirts, this is going to be simple, and I did consider doing an even more basic build, and instead of doing any joinery, just screwing it all together, but I just couldn't get myself to go in that direction. It makes the unit more bulky than it needs to be, and I like the idea that all the pieces are more connected and don't just fall to the ground if they're not screwed together. This is actually going to prove to be an advantage a little later on in the build, because it turns out I wasn't entirely prepared to start this project.
I should fix this to the wall, I guess. That's so cool. So this is surprisingly pretty much level, but that one doesn't fit at all. Another issue would be that I have another time crunch and I am running out of screws. Uneven. Somehow this is asymmetrical, which doesn't make any sense. Oh no. I cut this top one wrong. Oh no. So this is very exciting. This is in. It's pretty much level. Unfortunately, I can't properly fix it because I have 11 screws left. I have a couple of days to finish this. Plus, the weather is just going insane again. It keeps thundering and raining. I want to put in this front piece, which is the exact same. Put it down here, a little bit shorter. Figure out my little roof. Okay, maybe it's time for lunch. Or maybe it's time to finish this before the weather gets too bad. someone who doesn't have any screws, I think I'm doing a pretty good job at putting this thing together. Yeah. You know, this is pretty massive. It seemed like I really needed it when I designed it. Maybe I can use it for other things as well. For now I'm gonna keep it really open, but at one point I might start closing it in so it's more of like a proper storage and I can put things in it that are a little bit more fragile. Yesterday I managed to put this together. I have to say, I'm probably mostly impressed with how level I got those foundation blocks to be. I'm really surprised about that actually working out. But the main framework is in place, it's just loose because I don't have any screws. And to be honest, it's not going to change all that much. It is going to remain quite an open structure, but I do need screws. And I also ran out of wood for the last bits and pieces. So I'm going to the hardware store again. I got myself a silly amount of wood. I got too much for the trailer, really. But somehow transporting it is going okay. I wasn't actually able to buy everything that I need, so I'm going to see how far I get. I don't have time to go back and get more, so I was just stacking up wood and realised I didn't have enough and kept on buying more, but then needed to realise that the trailer just simply doesn't fit any more than this, so it's okay. I just spent hours cutting things to size. It's mad. I wish I got more sun down here. I think this is my last day working on this. Well, it sort of has to be. To start the day, I'm going to put down these bits of wood here. Let's see if I have enough screws. I need to make sure to space them equally. Okay, I put in half the amount of screws that I need to put in because I'm running a little bit low. This is looking good though. So next I'm going to do something a little bit different just on this side. I'm going to build some boxes for scrap wood. I think my laundry is finished. Let's do some laundry first. The way I'm putting this in, I have to fix this box to itself first. I need another layer to put here, like that, but this is when I run out of wood. I did actually make this piece, but it looks as though I'm going to need to use this one for something else because I bought extra of this, but then I changed my design, so then I needed more, and I don't have extra anymore. So I might just have to wait until I can close this off. The idea for this box is to have a couple of different compartments as well, so I need even more wood, and then I can store different sizes scrap wood in these boxes, like tiny pieces. So these slats here are going to hold up the wood. This is the size of a person. You know, perhaps I could turn this into an Airbnb. This is also very sturdy. I don't usually use wood that's this thick, but this is, you know, for a simple shed, this is pretty sturdy. I just realized that I actually did have enough of these little slats to finish all of this and to use this as an alternative here at the front. So what I need now is a roof. Let's make a roof. You know, I'm really happy I'm making this wood storage because I need a wood storage to place the wood that's in the way of the woods that I need to make the wood storage. Yeah, you know. Me too. I mean, what am I gonna do with these things? Here it is. I already told you about this.
One of the advantages of making this shed is that I'm able to use most of the ugly roofing planks I have. I ordered these because I use them for interior projects because they're cheap. But because I wasn't able to pick them out myself, I received a lot of ugly pieces. This wouldn't be an issue if I used them for roofs, but I wouldn't be able to use them inside the house. So now I have a use for them and I can keep the nicer pieces for other projects.
I have something hiding at the back of the shed for my roof, if I can get to it. There's a lot of things in the way. See, this is why I need storage. It's like complete storage. I'm realising I don't really understand how clay tiles work. How? So I very much thought that I had enough of these, but I don't think I have enough at all.
These tiles were in the shed when I moved in. If you are new, they're from the chimney installers. but most are old and some are crumbling a bit. But I thought it would make this shed look like it was part of the house more and not just a random little shed pushed against the back of the building. I don't personally love clay tiles because they were so common where I grew up, but I think in this case it's going to add some character to a simple shed.
Okay, this is silly. I don't have nowhere near enough of these. No. Oh man. So this is as far as I can manage to get, which is a huge anticlimax, because I thought I could I could cover this entire little roof. I counted compared against the tiles on the roof, but clearly I counted wrong. I went online, I looked it up, I can buy them individually. I just don't have the time to do it this week. So I don't have time to pick it up, but also the shop is closed for the next few days. I really just want to finish a project. This feels really sad. It feels really sad. I mean, it's kind of cute, but you can't really see because it's unfinished. Let's just pretend this is finished. I guess apart from the roof, it is finished. I'm going to keep it open for now, see how it goes with the weather. I think at one point I do like the idea of closing it off, creating doors on all sides, creating a back to it, so I could also potentially use it to store other things. And then of course I might adjust the shelving to match the wood that I need to store. I'll have to see how it behaves in different weather and adjust accordingly. I have to say, I think it's super cute. Let's put some wood in here and see how it works. Okay, two things. First, the access to store the wood goes through my raspberry bushes, which may not be ideal. And two, I think the shed itself is worth more than all the scrap wood it's supposed to house.